Hello, Accelerated Math 6-7 students. We are in Module 4, and we are going to begin Lesson 19. And Module 4, Lesson 19 is called Two-Step Problems, All Operations. And you're going to put that on whatever page you have in your comp book. I'm going to go to the iPad now. So here we have the iPad, and we have the notes that go along with our lesson for today. They're really short notes because we are getting into the situation where we're using a lot of information that you have been learning. So two-step problems, all operations, our goal. Today we will calculate the solutions to two-step problems using tape diagrams. The question that I want you to keep in mind in this lesson is, do you have to follow the steps to calculate the solutions for two-step problems? And if you do, tell me why, okay? So all I have basically is a try this, and we're going to use the information that we learned in our previous video to help us with this. And the try this that you see in front of you says, Alyssa is twice as old as Brittany, and Jasmine is 15 years older than Alyssa. If Jasmine is 35 years old, how old is Brittany? And if you go back up to our goal, we're supposed to use tape diagrams to help us figure this out. So one of the things that I like to do, as you know, is I like to list all of the information that we're given so that we can figure out what we're supposed to do. Okay, so I'm going to set this right here so we can still see the problem, okay? And then we are going to set up our tapes and figure out what it is that we're supposed to be doing. So I have my notebook. Here is the paper, so let's organize. So it says Alyssa is twice as old as Brittany. Well, twice in mathematics means that you're multiplying it by 2 because you have two of them, 2 times as much, 2 as many. And so if we have Brittany, okay, so Brittany, right? And we know that Alyssa is 2 times Brittany. That right there equals Alyssa because that's what it says in the story right there, Alyssa. Alyssa is twice as old as Brittany. And Jasmine is 15 years older than Alyssa. So then we have Alyssa, right? And Alyssa plus 15 years gives us Jasmine. Okay, we're starting, oops, I can't even spell today, I apologize. All right, so Jasmine is that, good. Okay, so Alyssa plus 15. And then it says, if Jasmine is 35 years old, how old is Brittany? So we do have a total. Our total would be Jasmine, okay? So Jasmine is considered our total, and that she has 35 years. So we know that equals 35 years. So now we can figure this out using tape diagrams. So if you draw one tape, you know that the whole thing is equal to 35 because that's our total, remember? Okay, so now we have this tape, and we know it's 35. All right, so now we can move that up a little bit more so you can see the paper a little bit better. We know that inside this tape, it's Alyssa plus 15. Okay, so if we put it into 2 sections, right? Let's put plus 15. That would be here. So this is 15 right here. And all of this right here would be Alyssa. Because it's Alyssa plus 15. And you know that in a tape, the 2 sections are always added together to make the total. Well, then we also know something more about Alyssa. So we know actually more about this section right here. And we know that Alyssa is made up of 2 Brittany's. So we know that this actually has 2 more sections in it, right? So if we divide that into 2 sections, we know that this is Brittany, and we know that this is Brittany. I know that's kind of hard to see. So how about I draw another one, because that might be more helpful. Okay, same size, same shape. This section is 15. That whole piece, let me erase those off so I don't confuse you, sorry. This whole piece right here was Alyssa, but we know that Alyssa also means 2 Brittany's. Okay, so then we know that the whole thing equals 35. Okay, well, we do have some math that we can use to help us figure this out. And the math that we can use to help us figure this out is we know that 35, take away the 15 that we know, would give us how much? If we take 35 and we subtract off the 15 that we know, so that's 0 and that's 2, well, that's telling me that these two sections of Brittany are 20. Okay? So we know that these two equal 20. This one equals 15 because 15 plus 20 equals 35. Is everybody with me? So now we have to figure out what the B stands for. Okay? So the B, this whole section is 20. So if they're both the same size because it's two of the same number, 2 times what number gives us 20? So B has to equal 10 years old. And we use the tape to figure it out. Okay? So let's go back to our question that we have. It says, how old is Brittany? Did we figure out how old Brittany was? Yes, we did. We figured out that she was 10 years old. Okay, so Alyssa is twice as old as Brittany, so 2 times 10 is 20, so Alyssa's 20 years old. Jasmine's 35 years old, and we now know that Brittany was 10 years old. Okay, so our goal for today, if we go back up here, revisit our whole lesson, or our whole desire of this lesson. Today we will calculate the solutions to two-step problems using tape diagrams. Did we do that? We absolutely did. It's all right here. You can see it. Okay? Then it said in the question that I wanted you to be thinking about is, do you have to follow steps to calculate solutions for two-step problems, and why? My answer is yes, you would have to follow steps because we have to lay out the information the way it's given to us. And if we follow those steps the way it's given to us, it's very clear to see how to get to the answer that we're seeking. So that would be the answer why. The answer why is the order in which we are figuring things out is a lot more helpful if you follow the steps. Okay? And that's all I have. So that was really fun. Pretty simple. You're solving algebra, because this was algebra. If you look at it, we had variables right there. So solving algebra using tape diagrams. It makes it very easy and very fun. All right, my kiddos, that's all I have for you today. Talk to you soon. Bye.